Hello, cats and kittens. Orewa Jose, Yoroshku. We made it. We're out of 2020, into 2021. This is our first uh, C3 weekly, officially, the first C3 weekly of 2021. 2000, I'm glad you made it out of 2020, those of you who have made it. And if you can hear my voice clearly, you made it out of 2020. 2020 was a drag. Uh, Complete drag? No, because if you can hear my voice, that means you survived. Sometimes you got to run out of the burning house and just count your blessings and go on about your business. That's the way I'm looking at it. 2020 is done. It wasn't all bad. It wasn't all good. That's how years usually go. But it wasn't especially cool. Pandemic and all of that. Like I say, uh, sometimes it's just best to forget about it. You do what you do, you go on, you move on, you live. You know what I mean? So uh, those of you who are here, I'm glad you made it. Those who didn't make it, rest in peace. We mourn those that didn't make it. Those who made it through scarred, maybe ill effects of the virus or lost a job or whatever. I mean, just keep going forward. That's all I can say. And keep going forward. Yeah, I can say that's all I can say. 2021 got off to an interesting start. Being a Washingtonian, born and raised, exiled to PG County. It is what it is. But all that business, not yesterday. No, I think it was yesterday, or day before yesterday. All that business with look, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm political. I'm not gonna tell you what your political stance should be or the politics of what happened. All I can appeal to is human decency and logic and reason. I was listening to I think it was a radio broadcast. Yeah, I think it was radio. I was listening to the radio, and the reporters was actually speaking to one of the um, anarchists, looters, whatever you want to call them. And they were in the process of doing whatever, breaking into the Capitol or doing whatever they were doing. And the reporter asked, "Why are you doing this?" And the reply hit me for a few reasons, but it hit me. The person who was engaged in this activity said, "This is all we can do." Okay. That is disturbing, first of all, because I don't care if you're looting or you're breaking into a a house of worship or you're breaking into a federal building. Is that all you can do? You may feel disenfranchised. You may feel that you were robbed of something, or you may feel that you are being marginalized. But at the end of the day, you have to consider, is that all that you can do? If you're saying that the system let you down, okay, that happens. It's true. But is violence, anarchy, and all of that you have to think as an individual. Bump the mob. Don't get caught up in the mob. Don't let the rage of the mob fuel your despair until you're also enraged. Don't let the rage of a mob drag you into a situation that you intellectually know is not right, or at least will not resolve your situation. We're human beings blessed with the ability to reason, Okay, so think rationally. Again, divorce yourself from the mob. Don't listen to somebody that got an axe to grind against whoever. You're an individual. Think for yourself and think: is this action? Is me throwing a brick through this person's window, or beating somebody down, or doing whatever in violation of the law, going to make my situation better? And then act accordingly. That's all I can say. You may have a rebuttal for that. That's the best I got. So you're gonna have to figure it out on your own. But I will say that think, think for yourself. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. So anyway, but in terms of C3 Comics, thanks to you, we got this. Our Kickstarter was successful, and we were able to print the deluxe edition of C3 Comics Intrepid, Heroes and Villains Story Arc trade paperback, which is available. It's available in several places. I'll put a link to where you can pick it up below. But it's thanks to you that we were able to print that trade, which is a culmination of a lot of hard work by a lot of good people. And we're very appreciative. Like I say, it's a dream come true. It's the culmination of a lot of hard work. So we really appreciate your help. Going forward, what do we have? Going forward, first of all, if you didn't know, Heroes and Villains is on Webtoons currently. So if you're a lover of the Webtoons platform, you can go there actually and read Heroes and Villains it's a different experience. It's not the same as the trade or the individual floppies. It's a different experience is what I'll say. So first of all, thank you for everyone who's subscribed so far. If you go to if you're, like I say, if you're a lover of that platform, check it out. If you like it, hit a like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Let them know that we're on there, and it reads a little bit differently, but like I say, it's a good experience. It's an interesting experience. I like it. I'll say that much. In addition to that, production on Intrepid is continuing. We're into the second story arc, which is Pandora's Cage, and we're on production on chapter 9. Is in full swing. I'm going to show you magically you'll see a image of the cover. See, that's the cover for, actually it's two covers, but you'll see at least one of them. So, like I say, chapter 9 is up and into production, and the Pandora's Cage story arc, which is 5 chapters or 5 issues, is going to be completed by the end of this year. That's a major announcement. If all goes well and the creek don't rise, in December you will have the end of what I call the Intrepid origin saga. It'll all be laid out. And it's important because that saga basically sets the table for the return of superheroes to the second wave universe, which is Intrepid takes place in what we call the second wave universe. And at that point, at the end of that, we'll be ushering in a second heroic age. Currently, there aren't any heroes, and Intrepid will be the first. And we've got others that will trickle in. It's a very progressive story, and I mean progressive not in the SJW sense, but that's a progressive. It progresses, chump, chump, chump. So there's that. Now what else we have? It is a huge event at the end of Pandora's Cage, which basically marks the end of the Age of Guardians and the beginning of the second heroic age. So there's that. We have also, I'm looking at my notes again, in terms of our production, in addition to Intrepid, we also have four Armageddon, which is a book also published by Crucial Crisis Comics. And I'm going to have one of the creators on the Crisis Corner. I'm going to interview him this weekend. It'll be up and running by Saturday. And I'm going to have an interview with Alan Cole, one of the co-creators of the Four Universe. So this is just going to be cool. I know Alan. It'll be cool, you know. But he's, like I say, he's a creator, co-creator of the Four Universe, and I'm going to interview him and give you a flavor for what Four is, why you should like it, who will like it, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So that goes hand in hand with getting more interviews on the Crisis Corner, but I'll get to that in a minute. Now, to support the work being done on Intrepid, the work being done on For, the whole Webtoons thing, all of that, want to let you know that our Patreon page is up. And if you would like to contribute to our Patreon, please do so. The more contributions we receive, and these are investments, I guess you could say, more so than contributions. It's not like we ain't panhandling here, you know what I mean? What you contribute goes into our production. So you're a patron, supporting our creation of work. So if you like to get on our Patreon, become a patron, you'll get something back for it. You can go to the page and see the different levels at which you can contribute. You contribute $1 a month. Cool. You know, the more the merrier. $500 a month. It's on you. I won't judge. So go ahead and check that out. Because especially since with the whole COVID situation, we're not going to be able to do, well, we don't know what the status of a lot of cons are going to be. We flat don't know. Some will probably be operational, at least to some degree, but then at the same time, we don't know who's going to feel comfortable coming to those cons if we attend. So the cons are how we do a lot of our grassroots work and spreading the word about Intrepid, about For, about our other publications, No One to Save. So if we're not able to do that, we just have to hunker down and produce. And if you if you become a patron, that helps us with the production where we otherwise would be out there and, showing our wares at cons and then getting people to climb on board that way. So go to the Patreon page. It's up to you. Do what you can, do what you want to do. Anything you can do, we'd appreciate. So that's the Patreon. What else is there? Looking at my notes again. Also, keep an eye on the Crisis Corner. We're going to be doing more interviews. We're going to be doing with fellow creatives. I got a lot of people that I've met in the creative communities, be it at Comics Launch, plug, Comics Launch community, or just various creators that I've been running with since back in the day. I just know guys, So, but I want to have them on, talk about the creative process, talk about what they're doing, how they're doing it, how are comics coming along during this COVID crisis, just various things, just talking shop with some of my creative homies. So we're going to be doing more of that on a monthly basis. And also reviewing movies, which I like to do, but I'm going to need some support from my co-creators, either Dave or Alan, either one to do it. We still got to finish our Star Wars post-mortem. We got one more to do on that, just for entertainment value. You deserve to be entertained. So definitely check out the Crisis Corner. We're going to have weekly updates. So there's that. And in conclusion, I would say 2021 is going to be a huge year for C3 Comics. We're going to be going back to Kickstarter for Intrepid at least twice. And besides that, I figure we might be running upwards of 4 to 5 Kickstarters this month as a company. Not this year as a company, at least. And we got a lot of stuff on our plates. We hope you come along for the ride. It's going to be an exciting year. I can't wait to December when the final issue of Pandora's Cage rolls off the shelf, so to speak. That will be the culmination of a lot of hard work and one of my biggest dreams, but we'll see about that. Yeah, so there's that. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, wash your hands, wear your mask, all of that. But most of all, stay loose. I'm out.